Last time on Corpse Party, Book of Shadows.
It's really dark in here.
No, it is not!
Is somebody there?
Oh no.
Big Sister Yuka.
Oh my god.
Whatever it is you want, Sachiko, you can have it. Can I have your life? You may have my life.
Fuck. Greetings, my beautiful viewers. I am the Hunter of Comedy, and welcome back to Corpse Party, Book of Shadows. I said welcome backs. I screwed up something in the title. It doesn't matter. Either way, welcome back, friends. So last time we finished chapter 6, which I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're on Tooth. We just have to get through Tooth. And once we get through Tooth, then we'll finally get the prologue of the final game in the series. Well, at least of the first games, because, like, the second game was never finished. But, yeah, I figure I'll just, I don't know. I think I may have already uploaded, like, Corpse Party 2 to my YouTube channel. I'm not sure if I did or not. I'll have to double check on that. But either way, let's do Tooth. Byakudan Senior High School, Student Council Room, 4:30 p.m. I know all these people!
Hey, Mr. President, don't forget about tomorrow.
What's tomorrow?
Please tell me I can kick you.
Absolutely not. So what's happening tomorrow? Hey, no violence in the student council room. We've been over this.
It's your own damned fault for forgetting.
Oh, stop it. I've forgotten something important. I sincerely apologize. So just tell me what it is already. Use your words, not your feet.
It's this room. Spring cleaning.
I mean, it's full of balls.
What? Is this a storage shed or something? How long has it even been since the sports festival?
Oh yeah, that's right. You were asking to schedule a cleaning day.
Ow! You completely put it out of your mind, didn't you?
No, I swear I penciled it in somewhere. Your recommendations are important to me, and the student council as a whole.
You're a person, not a corporation. Talk like one.
Fine. I forgot, okay? It's not like I don't have enough on my plate as it is, though. So, do you have any idea how much I'm expected to do? I'm sorry.
Good enough for me. I forgive you.
What's your problem anyway? Wait, what?
Tough love from your trusted clerk. Sometimes you just have to admit your mistakes and move on, though the manly approach to presidency has its merits too.
Mitsuki?
Just make sure you keep at it. Desertion is not an option. Don't think you can run away from your post if the going gets tough. You got that?
Yeah, I got it. You just don't get it, Tomohiro. Minko is my bride, so hands off.
Like hell?
I'm not giving her up to the likes of you. Besides, you got that Nana girl, right? Don't you dare two-time her.
Oh, you're so clueless. It only really gets good once you've got at least 3 girls. Everybody knows that. Sounds like you guys are having fun. Is that a game?
Oh, Yamamoto, you want in on this? It's a game where you use a stylist to massage and kiss girls.
What? And you can go out with 3 at once.
What? Why would you say that to a girl? That is the worst thing you could have done. What?
I'm glad you're enjoying your little romp, but keep it to 1 girl, you lowlifes.
Ow!
You two remember what tomorrow is, right?
What's tomorrow?
Oh boy.
I had no idea any of this was going on in the student council room that day. I had other things on my mind, specifically a certain boy. Byakudan Senior High School, Class 2-4, after school. My name is Tohko Kirisaki. I'd been waffling for quite some time on whether or not to say anything, but finally, I decided to bite the bullet and ask his best friend, Kurosaki. No! No! Someone had a thing for Kizami! Oh no! Because Kizami is Kurosaki's best friend. Oh no!
Hey, quick question. Does Yuya have a girlfriend?
No, I'm pretty sure he's single. Why?
Well, I kind of might have my sights set on him, I guess.
Seriously? Wow, that's great news. I'll definitely be rooting for you. Oh, but he's a malicious psychopath. Stay away from him. Well, he's not a particularly sociable individual. When you get right down to it, going out with him might not be all that fun for you.
But I hear that despite his obvious popularity with the ladies, he's never once so much as touched anyone.
Yes! There's a reason for that! He's a sociopath!
Isn't that kind of a bad sign, though? No, quite the contrary. It gives him a nice, clean image.
I don't know if that's true. I don't think... granted, I don't know how teen romance works. I didn't know how romance worked when I was a teen. I don't know how romance works now when I'm almost 35. Oh. This was Kensuke Kurosaki, who'd known Yuya Kizami, aka the boy I liked, pretty much all his life. I figured I'd come to him for all the information I needed in my conquest, since he was pretty much guaranteed to know Yuya's dating history. Why would it? I get it. Yuya's very good at pretending to be sociable. But, yeah, no. And so far, things seem to be going really well. I mean, not only did I confirm Yuya wasn't seeing anyone, but I got his best friend's blessing, too. Wasn't she running away from him, though, because he tried to murder her in, one of the other, storylines? And confirmed that he really wasn't the showy, obnoxious, cool guy type. That suits me just fine.
Kurosaki, hey.
Kurosaki was understandably rather startled by the extraordinarily agitated female voice that suddenly rang out from behind his head. But that's Hellgirl Mitsuki for you. Ha! She was standing in the classroom doorway, arms folded across her chest, looking like some angry deity about to cast judgment down upon the world. And she had the deathly gleam in her eyes, the one that could fell the mightiest warrior, but before he even had a chance to draw his sword.
Didn't I tell you today was spring cleaning in the student council room?
And I told you I can't, because I have club today. Come on, Fukuroi, back me up here.
I wouldn't go that route. It's easier just to give in.
What? Yeah, this was definitely Hellgirl's work. All the complexion was gone from Fukuroi's face. He was a man with a demon on his back. Whip at the ready, fully prepared to bring divine punishment upon all who opposed her. He was right. It was easier to just give in.
Sounds like fun. Can I join you guys? Oh, by all means. The more the merrier.
Nisi then grabbed the nape of Kurosaki's neck and began dragging him out the door in a decidedly painful-looking manner. He was like a teary-eyed chick caught in the talons of a bird of prey, struggling in vain as he was carried off to meet his grisly fate. You know, I'm not even in the student council! Save me! I just love watching those boys interact with Hellgirl Mitsuki. I couldn't wait to see more. I didn't even care if I had to clean in order to do it. I was a volunteer after all, so I was pretty much off the hook here. I could follow them at my own pace, no dragging for me.
soon as we left the classroom, though, we ran into Yuya. Or rather, I did, as in I literally ran into him. I wasn't watching where I was going and wound up slamming into him so hard that I fell over. Immediately, he reached his hand out to help me up and asked if I was alright. Now that's a white knight if ever I've seen one.
No, he's not. No, not at all.
What a fun evening this would be. I imagined it ending with me lying in bed, dreaming of Yuya's perfect face inches closer to mine, but instead... Yeah, oh boy. Oh, Tohko, I feel so bad for you.
Are you okay, Tohko? Yeah.
It'll be alright. You'll feel better once you get it all out.
Episode 7. Tooth! Tooth! Why is it called Tooth? That makes me very concerned!
Oh god. Was I right? I guess. I feel a little better. That's good. Are you okay to head back and rejoin the others then?
Yeah. It hurts. It hurts.
Oh boy, who's the red-haired guy? I don't know him.
Ryosuke, God, no. I bet it hurts real bad.
Yeah, it probably does. I've tied up your knee and thigh joints. That should help stop the bleeding. We've got your leg right here, so don't worry about that.
I would be concerned.
Tohko? We were in an old-fashioned, run-down, and probably condemned school building. None of us knew how we got here, or even where here was. I just emerged from the girls' room with Emi after losing my lunch, where Yuya, Okawa, Katayama, and Shimada were waiting. The whole hallway was an absolute bloodbath after what had happened. I mean, obviously this guy lost his leg, but how? Poor Katayama walked into some kind of booby trap, and half his right leg was lopped off from the knee down. It looked excruciating. It probably was! How is somebody supposed to handle a situation like this? Why did this have to happen at all?
It hurts.
What the fuck is wrong with this school? Why would there be traps set up in here? Where the hell even are we? This feels like somebody's screwing with us.
Keep quiet. Ryusuke is very badly injured.
Huh? Hell's your problem? You stepping?
Stop it, please.
This is what tagging along with Mitsuki and the others got me. I thought it was going to be a laugh riot. At first it was great. We all went to the student council room where we met up with Katayama, Shimada, and Emi and started cleaning and goofing around. And then when we were done, Emi suggested we try out this new charm she discovered on the internet. She's nuts for that kind of stuff. She took out this simple white paper doll, and we were all kind of fascinated. So we did as we were instructed, and then everything went dark. There was a violent shaking, and then we were here in this old schoolhouse. No explanation. We just need to get out of here. We need to work together and get out of this horrible place. Let's try to find an exit. What about Katayama? I'll carry him.
Yuya
was so kind. You can always count on boys at times like this.
We haven't even seen Yuya's face in this one yet. I mean, we know how crazy Yuya is, so, you know.
Still, there was a potential problem with this course of action.
Wait.
What if there are more traps? If you're carrying someone piggyback, you won't be able to react quickly enough to avoid them.
But
I know, we have to. What I'm thinking is, we find a way out and ensure the road between here and there is safe, then come back for Katayama. I'll agree to that.
Yeah. Ryosuke, don't worry. We won't leave you behind. We won't, will we?
Okama was in a state of absolute panic.
He just kept muttering to himself at Katayama's side. Two of them had always been extremely close. I mean, maybe someone should stay with him? Why would you just leave him here by himself? It was only natural he'd be worried, though his concern kind of bordered on obsession. But, who's going to go? We could lose our own legs in the blink of an eye just walking in here. You're the one who said we should find an exit in the first place, so you go. Shimada practically spit his answer at her. I hate people like him. Sure, he had a pretty face, but that's basically all he had, though. People like him pose as models in men's journals, and they're not good for much else. He got a lot of girls, too, but I'm not one of them. I could never get past his awful attitude. Such a turn-off for me when guys act that way. Not that I don't admire speaking with confidence and force, but try to do it myself whenever I can. But there's a difference between speaking forcefully and speaking in a way that belittles others. Shimada was basically just cold and uncaring. I'll go. I'm the one who suggested separating after all. Tohko? I'll go too. Yuya? What a difference. Like night and day. Kind, thoughtful people like him don't just make flippant remarks. They just man up and get stuff done. I was crushing on him harder than ever, because now not only did I think he was both cool and hot, I also gained a ton of respect for him. This is gonna end so badly, though! Oh no! There's only for everyone to go. One more person should be plenty. Any takers? Dead silence. No volunteers, huh? Everybody just looked at one another, then looked as if they were ashamed of themselves. What do I do, Ryosuke? You'll be lonely here all by yourself, won't you? He was frantically shifting his gaze from one person to another. I'd never seen him so on edge before. Finally, the silence was broken by a loud, shrill male voice. Definitely not whom I would have picked. God damn it, fine, I'll go. You stay here. Sure it's okay? Kurisaki said she'd go, and she's a girl, so I said I'm going. You wait here, you good-for-nothing sack. You just get in the way anyway. Alright, I'll stay here with Ryosuke. Good luck. Come on, let's go. If we don't hurry, Katayama could be in real danger. Tohko, be careful, okay? I will. Was I scared? You bet I was scared. But in a situation like this, everybody has to work together. And as long as I had any willpower left in me, I wasn't about to give up. Plus, it didn't hurt that Yuya was with me, so I knew everything was going to turn out just fine. Oh my god! Let's see. Inventory, I have nothing. Well, let's save. To the boys' bathroom! Boys' bathroom is completely boarded up. It won't be possible to get inside. Okay. Guess we're going downstairs then. You know, stuff usually happens in 3A. Let's go to 3A. There was a dead girl in here. Hello, dead girl. How does it feel to be stabbed? Writing is partially erased, making it hard to interpret what it might have said. I mean, I figured it out. Door seems like it might just be openable. Ugh! Bunch of dishes. Must have been propped up against the door. There are wet, bloody prints all over them. It's a little... it's a little disturbing. Newly deceased corpse, based on the appearance and dress, seems to be female. Student ID at her feet. Megumi Onda. Okay. Okay, to 2A. Cabinet's locked. Appears to be a number of thick books inside. They have all titles like The Truth of Lies and Adorababble Enough to Kill You. What the world could that last one possibly be about? I mean, I have ideas. paper. The words, kill before you're killed, are scribbled all over the school flyer. Well, I mean, not the worst advice I've seen. Large hole in the ground, huh? Well, we ain't going that way. Okay. Now let's go to the lab. Ah, it's locked. Not surprised. He usually is. What about the nurse's office? Maybe we'll find something to bandage up, what's his name? The word infirmary was written on a plate above the door. Somehow this room just felt like it would be deserted. I was oddly confident about that. Not sure why I felt that way, to be honest. But for good measure, I shouted, "Is anybody in there?" We still hadn't found Mitsuki after all. I didn't hear her call back, though, so really we had no business in this room whatsoever. Wait, was that a key sticking out of the lock? Who would have locked the door, but left the key? What would be the point? Whoa, what's up with this? Key's just sitting there. What are you doing? Hey, there could be a boogeyman in there or something. Then what would we do? Figure better to lock him in and keep him out of our hair. And what exactly do you plan to do with that key? I'm gonna hang on to it, of course. Stop tossing it around, it's dangerous. Don't worry, I always catch whatever I throw. Hell, I can go even higher. Honestly, pain in the ass. Shimada was such a pain in the ass, it really couldn't stand the guy. Yeah. Ha! God, you're persistent. Look, you're very good at throwing and catching, okay? Just stop it already. Ceiling in this place sure is high. Let's see if I can touch it. Oops. Huh? How'd it go? Whatever, I don't give a shit. And now the infirmary was cut off from us if we needed it. Brilliant. Yeah, that guy's a dumb shit. It's an exit, an honest-to-goodness exit. We can finally get out of here. I rushed over to the door, hopeful yet afraid, knowing it might not open, but praying this horrid place would show us at least a little mercy. Gingerly, I raised my hand and pushed on it, and it swung open without even the slightest hesitation. Almost seemed too easy. It was unnaturally dark outside, though, and the rain was coming down so hard that peeking my head out for just a moment left my uniform completely soaked. Shimada pushed past me, throwing the door open even wider than his usual lack of regard for anyone and anything around him. My clothes went from soaked to drenched in a matter of seconds. If I were to actually walk out into it, I feel like I'd drown. What is this place? It's way too dark out here. We in a forest, maybe? It's really coming down. If we went out there in this rainstorm, we'd get soaked to the bone. I wouldn't mind seeing that look on you. Anyway, we know we can get outside safely now. Let's go back and get Katsuyama. Drool? Come on, Yuya? Despite our having found a way out, Yuya's demeanor hadn't changed a bit. He was standing back by the hall, where he could watch over us, also keeping an eye out for anything that might happen, the model of maturity. Shimada, on the other hand... You guys go back if you want, but I'm leaving. What? I'm not about to stick around in this fucked up place any longer than I have to. Screw the others, I'm out of here. You can't be serious. Hell yeah, I'm serious. Those assholes are the ones who chose to stay behind. They're just gonna die one by one. I say let them. I didn't think you were quite that callous, but far be it from me to stop you. Say, Kirisaki, you want to come with me? Tone in his voice said it all. He'd hit the ultimate low. After abandoning his friend to save his own hide, he was now basically propositioning me. I really don't want to see you die. You've been real precious to me for quite some time, you know. With an obviously rehearsed and truly sickening pickup line. He really was the slimeball to end all slimeballs. He was! What's ironic is that I don't know if he's worse than Yuya! I mean, what's worse, someone who's obviously a jerk-ass, or a psychotic murderer who's hiding it? Okay, yeah, that was a stupid question. Obviously, it's like the psychotic murderer. Unbelievable. What the hell's wrong with you? Get your eyes off me, you jackass. Couldn't believe he had the nerve to pull something like that. Felt like that may have been the first time I'd ever truly yelled at someone. I was absolutely livid. And he wasn't even done. No, he still had plenty of salt left to throw in the wound. Oh, shut the hell up, you ugly bitch! I'll go get in the wrong idea. I was just trying to be nice and give you a ticket out of this hellhole. But if you don't want it, that's your loss. You need to die already. This guy's a lost cause, Yuya. Let's just go. My head was swimming. I was scared. I was angry. I was sad. Every negative emotion brought to the forefront, and every positive emotion pushed away. I didn't look back, turned away from Shimada, walking over to Yuya's side, and continued past him into the hallway. Yuya had been watching all this unfold from the other side of the room, and for a moment, he just stood there, blankly staring at Shimada. The hell are you looking at? Get out of my sight, you spacey bastard! Shimada then drew a large knife from his breast pocket. Its tip struggled to glisten in the dull light of the room, but it did ultimately succeed. He began waving it around like a dumbass, probably thinking it made him look more menacing. Check it out! Just bought this baby yesterday. Not bad, huh? But I could put it to good use in a lot of ways. You are an amusing fellow. Does that asshole really have 10 girlfriends? How's that even possible? Yet I'm precious to him somehow? What a crock. How low of an opinion must he have of women in general to pull like crap like that? It's just no excuse. I was indignant. I was fuming. I just kept cursing and mumbling as I fast-walked back to the third floor to meet up with the others. All the while, Yu was keeping pace with me, saying nothing at all. Always the model of maturity, always even-tempered. He really was like a rock, or maybe he found my mutterings annoying and was just keeping quiet so I'd do the same. I didn't like that possibility one bit, so I mentally slapped myself on the cheek, forced positivity in my voice, and tried to engage him in cheery banter. You're a far better man than he is, Yuya. You've never said or done anything to hurt a lady, right? I mean, I know you've got a lot of women falling for you, but I never heard a single bad rumor about you from any of them. It's kind of amazing. I looked him square in the eyes as if asking him, isn't that right? And for a moment, his eyes did meet mine, then they went right back to the hall. He's not used to receiving compliments from women? That's really hard to believe. I'm not sure what you mean. What a cute, innocent response. Oh, no, no, no. I concerned. I must have come across as bipolar to him or something. One second I try to lighten the mood with small talk or compliments. Next I start feeling scared of this school again, or angry at Shimada, or sad for Katayama. My mind just couldn't make up its mind what to feel. Tohko? Emmy, is anyone there? Mitsuki. It was Mitsuki, wasn't it? It was coming from downstairs. Miki's voice echoed up from below, but our friends were waiting for us above. For a moment I wasn't sure which direction to go, but only for a moment. Fact is, our friends were very, very close, so close it would be foolish not to tell them what was going on before chasing after Mitsuki. Come on, we need to check in with Emmy and the others, then follow the voice downstairs. Yu just nodded and began running up the stairs, and I was right behind him. Sorry it took so long. We found an exit. Come on, we have to get moving. I was out of breath, staring down at the ground and talking to what I assumed would be 3 very attentive friends. But then I looked up. They were all there, but there was no immediacy, no urgency in anyone's face. Emi and Okawa weren't even looking at me, nor at Yuya, but at Katayama. They were fixated on his face, and each bore a sad, hopeless, empty expression. And they certainly weren't about to get moving. There was a general heaviness in the air. Something was very wrong. I gently reached my hand and touched Emi's shoulder. What's going on? Tohko! Katayama's getting weaker. He's not going to make it. Ryosuke, why won't you talk to me? Say something, please, Ryosuke! Emi's eyes filled with tears. Okawa, too, was cradling Katayama's head. Looked like he'd been crying this whole time. His eyes were bright red and his nose was running. Yuya, still saying nothing, just walked over to Katayama's side, bent down, and began examining his wound. Yuya? We need to hurry. Four of us silently but unanimously agreed that our best course of action was to pick up Katayama and bring him out through the exit we discovered. Well, if he's bleeding and the wound gets wet, if the wound hasn't sealed up, he'll just keep bleeding. And we had to be very, very quick about it, or he would really die. I could tell just by looking at him that his time was almost up. Kizami, can you carry him? Yeah. I could use your help getting him on my back, though. Ryosuke, hang in there! We'll save you! As this was all going on, I had that nagging feeling I was forgetting something. Of course, Mitsuki! We had to go after her. Couldn't just leave her behind after all. Yuya, do you mind if I run downstairs and look for Mitsuki? If she wanders too far, she might... He didn't even say anything this time. His eyes told the whole story. Got it, I know I can trust you with this task, they said. That was enough for me. I shot off down the hall like a bullet. I was determined to find Mitsuki and rejoin everyone en route. I hurried down to the second floor. Mitsuki's voice was coming from even further down. I had to keep going to the first floor, ahead of the others. Can I get to the second wing? I don't know if I can. Door to the covered walkway is frozen in place, as if it's just decoration. Okay, can't go that way. Got it. Let's go all the way to the pool. No. If I got this place mapped out right in my head, I'll just be getting farther and farther from where I heard her voice this way. I should go back. Okay, so not this way. This way, maybe? Okay. So not here either. Entrance, maybe? Okay. Now there's a body here. Thoroughly decomposed corpse. Having gone completely skeletal, it's virtually impossible to determine age or gender. Fortunately, the deceased name tag seems to have survived. Toru Katahashi. Okay. Do I need to go back up? Did I go too far? If I kept running in circles like this, I'd never find her. I was in a state of panic and I was allowing it to steer my path. Frustrated with the situation and with myself for choosing to give up and head back empty-handed, I forced myself to stop and turn. I was going to do what I should have done in the first place. Call out Mitsuki's name with everything I had in me and hope she responded. Mitsuki! Mitsuki, where are you? We're all here! No answer. Just the cold, lonely sounds of rain and wind bearing down on this old, dilapidated building. It may have been a fairly large school, but sound traveled well in here. If she were anywhere in this hallway, I'm sure she would have heard me. And if she were here just minutes ago, she definitely would have been around now. Could something have happened to her? Mitsuki? Can I go back up? Let's go check on my friends, see if they're coming. Oh, no! Appears to be a ghost of a young boy. Look closer! Gaia! Yep, I thought so. Okay. Let's try going back to the nurse's office. No, I can't. Maybe back to the exit now? Oh! What the hell? Who just appeared in front of me? From the look of it, you look like another victim dragged here against your will, no? Well, I'll tell you, there's no escape from the school. There's nothing to be gained here but despair. Though you still have an iron will, you might be able to survive for a while at least. Here, you should have this. It'll help keep the wandering spirits at bay, though it only works once. So take it. Get out there and fight like hell. Stay alive as long as you possibly can. The spirit vanished. Lying on the floor below where it had been was a gemstone. Specifically, a violet-colored gemstone. Probably an amethyst. That's my birthday stone! That's February, I like it! So I can use this to keep the wandering spirits at bay one time, huh? I guess he meant the full-bodied ones. Or it would have kept him at bay too. Either way, with this gem, I feel like I could actually get back to my friends safely. I was as hopeful as one could expect, all things considered. Ah! Of course, he also said there was no escape from here, but it was my prerogative to believe what I wanted to believe and ignore what I wanted to ignore. Okay, so now that I have the gemstone, now I should be able to get past the kid and get back to my friends. Right? Right? Maybe? I'm actually thinking maybe this is the girl that Satoshi found in like that bad ending in the original game, the one who stabbed him with the scissors. I shall use the amethyst. Held the amethyst in front of me and approached the spirit. And incredibly, it actually worked. Both the ghost and the gem faded and disappeared. This rare well was now free to be traversed. Emmy, are you okay? There was like a ghost at the bottom of the stairs. Where's everyone else? Come on, we have to get Katayama. We have to get Katayama situated and get out of here. Emmy's face was absolutely racked with tears as she was shaking her head violently. She wanted to tell me something, but the words just weren't coming. I had a really bad feeling about this. I ran past her into the bathrooms to where Katayama was being lifted onto Yuya's shoulders when I left. Why? Katayama was back on the floor, where we'd set him down when this whole ordeal began. Why wasn't he on Yuya's shoulders? What was going on? I had an inkling, but I didn't want to believe it, so I pushed it out of my mind. Yuya, what are you all still doing here? We need to get Katayama ready to go. He didn't make it. What? Right after you left, he let out a huge scream and then just went limp. No. I didn't know what else to say. Oh, oopsie. Oh, shit, no. A person that just died, not some stranger, but a person I knew, a friend. It was a strange feeling. I kept looking at him and thinking, is he really dead? Is this really what a person looks like when he dies? Seeing him like that drained every bit of energy I had in me. I fell to my knees, thoroughly defeated. Okawa says he wasn't moving from Katayama's side. So what are we supposed to do now? Amy and I couldn't stay near the body. We'd gone down to the second floor, where we picked a corner and just stood there trying to recompose ourselves. Yuya elected to stay with Okawa on the third floor, I guess to try and break him out of shock and help him get some distance between him and Katayama. None of this felt real. Maybe I didn't want it to be real. It was a nightmare. It had to be. I'd just sit up in my bed and it would all be over. Why did this have to happen? I'm waking up. I don't get it.
I'm not waking up. I'm trying to tell myself this is all just a dream, but... Tohko... My energy was waning again. I sank to the ground, landing on my knees. Emmy followed my lead and put an arm around me for comfort. My friend had just died. He just died. God, why? Emmy and I looked at each other. We both heard them, footsteps coming down the hall. Too dark to make out who it was, but the gate was decidedly male. Two of us slowly and quietly rose to our feet, hid behind the corner and peeked out, both terrified and curious as to who or what we might see. There at the end of the hall, the figure finally came into view. It was a tallish man, unsteadily towering as he slowly strode toward us. It was Shimada, drenched from head to toe. Ah, Shimada? Emmy shot forward, intending to run toward him, but I grabbed her arm and held her back without even thinking about it. She turned around and looked at me with a puzzled expression. I can't handle him. What? Don't tell me he did something to you. No. Thank goodness. Times like these especially, we really need to keep each other in the loop about everything that happens. She looked back at me again as she said this, staring right into my eyes in an almost disciplinary manner. It was the perfect guilt stare. Couldn't help but succumb to it, feeling bad for not having filled her in about the Shimada incident. Yeah. Shimada continued his slow, wet walk down the hall, then all of a sudden, for no discernible reason, he fell forward, landing hard on his knees. Something was wrong with him. While I loathed this man, I didn't want to see him suffer. Emmy and I were both poised to rush to his aid, when other figures randomly began appearing all around him. Figures of children, blue and ethereal, shimmering with their own light. Oh, that can't be good! What are they? We could barely even see Shimada from our vantage point anymore, as his body was obscured almost completely by the backs of those ghost children. He wasn't moving, though, so it didn't seem like they were doing anything to him. But then, he wasn't moving. At all. It seemed highly suspicious. It occurred to me that maybe we should try to save him. I inched forward. He was still in exactly the same position he'd been when he fell to his knees. He literally hadn't moved at all. Was he unconscious? Emmy and I looked to one another and nodded. It was a silent signal to move forward and do whatever we could to help. Children vanished as we approached, revealing a horrific sight. Shimada's stomach had been flayed open. He was dead. Oh, fuck! The knife he'd flaunted earlier was jutting from the wound. It was almost a ceremonial death, like that of a samurai who'd thrown himself on his sword. Ah! Ah! No! No! What were those children? How should I know? They might still be nearby. Kizami! It's horrible! Shimada is... Yuya, who presumably rushed down to see what was wrong, calmly walked over to Shimada's body. He was checking for signs of respiration or pulse. Turned back to face us again a moment later, and his facial expression said it all. Shimada really was dead. I was beginning to lose it. I just couldn't take any more of this. My friends and acquaintances were dying one by one. I guess I should say had died, but it didn't seem like it was over, not by a long shot. This was bad. There's something in here with us. That's something that's trying to kill us. Hell, it was more than trying. It had already succeeded twice. I was scared. I was paranoid.
I was shaking and crying and screaming inside. I was deathly afraid that something else would show up, and then it did. It was a little girl in a red dress. Hello, Sachiko! Standing between us and the third floor staircase. Couldn't make out the expression on her face through her bangs, but I could literally feel the hatred in her eyes as she stared into our souls. Dear Jesus! That is where you run. That is where you run. May not get you very far, but at least I would still run. And she turned around and slid up the stairs into the third floor hallway. What? Emmy was turned the other way. She hadn't seen the girl at all. She eventually followed our gazes, but by that time the girl was gone. She looked confused. That particular apparition looked a lot different from the other ghosts I'd seen, but there was still no doubt in my mind. He was definitely a ghost. What do we do about Okawa? We have to go get him. We have to get out of the school now. I'll go call him down. Wait! Yuya, I'll come with. It could be dangerous. You wait here. Dangerous? Well, that is the direction the girl in the red dress went. And I guess Yuya didn't want me to be put in harm's way. I nodded and watched his back recede into the darkness as he chased after Emmy. Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together, Tohko. You know what they say, no weapon can pierce a calm heart. That is, I don't know who says that, but they're wrong. So what's the most important thing to do right now? Pull the knife out of Shimada's chest, that way you have a knife. Yeah! No, no, no! What was going on? Why was Emmy screaming? I could hear voices now. Emmy and Okawa were having a heated argument. It's not possible. We have to leave him and run. We'll get caught if we don't. No, we can't just leave him behind. We have to take him to a hospital. But he's dead. No, he's not. He's dead. He's not. He can't be. Leave him and run. We'll get caught. A ghost girl must be pursuing them. This is bad. I have to go help them. I like how this one's a lot more story-focused and straightforward. What the? Murderer! Katayama's body was sprawled unconsciously on the landing up the third floor along with Okawa. At the top of the stairs stood Emmy, and in front of her, Yuya, with an imposing scowl on his face. I didn't understand any of this. What had just happened? I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing that he pushed Okawa down the stairs trying to kill him. Emmy let out another scream and came running toward me down the stairs. Okawa then seemed as if he'd fallen and broken his arm. He was lopsidedly crawling toward me. It was almost as if he was trying to distance himself from Yuya. Murderer! Murderer! I ran to the base of the stairs to meet up with Emmy. I needed some sort of context here. Emmy, what happened? What's going on? Run! Run away! You'll be killed! Kizami kicked him down the stairs out of the blue! What? I glanced up at Yuya, but his face was shrouded in darkness. I couldn't make out any expression at all. Okawa seemed to have reached his breaking point, shot to his feet, and took off behind me toward the second floor as fast as he could. Yuya kicked Okawa down the stairs? Why? Yuya, it's not true, is it? Slowly, he walked down to the landing. He was neither concerned nor scornful. His face was a blank slate. As soon as he reached my level, he bent down and began fiddling with Katayama's body. Raising his arms, he then let them drop, wiping the blood from his ears and nose. Then, looking at his then looking at it as if studying a specimen under a microscope. What the hell? Was he enjoying this? Finally got to see an emotion clearly written on his face, and it was elation? How was this not some crazy dream? Yuya, no! Tears began spilling from my eyes like water. I was shocked and confused, and I didn't even know what else. Tohko! Get away from him, hurry! God, no! I found ourselves standing in front of the door to the school infirmary. Shimada took the key and lost it, so this room is no good. If we hide in a place like that, we'd be sitting ducks anyway. We need to go further down to the first floor. Poor girl was frantic. Can't say I blamed her, but, well, something about this whole situation just didn't feel right to me. Emmy, I'm still not sure we need to run. Huh? What? I just don't believe Yuya, kind, sweet Yuya, was capable of something like that. But he really did kick him down the stairs. It happened. He kicked Okawa? How could that possibly be true? Fine, do you whatever you want then. I don't care anymore. With that, Emmy pushed me out of the way and ran past me toward the stairwell leading to the first floor. Emmy! I have nothing more to say to you. You wouldn't believe me anyway since you're so convinced I'm lying. And off she went. I was now separated from every one of my friends, but was I really in danger? I was, but from Yuya? That didn't seem right. Or more likely, I didn't want it to be. I wanted to believe this was all a misunderstanding. My legs were shaking and my head was swimming. I just stood there, unsure of where I should go or what I should do. And then there he was, right behind me. And in his hand was Shimada's huge knife. One that was last seen jutting from Shimada's stomach. It was still dripping with blood. This definitely made matters more complicated. How could I doubt Yuya's guilt when he was holding something like that? Why did he even have it? How could he possibly bring himself to pull a knife on his friend's lifeless corpse? But I wasn't going to run. I turned around and braced myself. I opened my mouth, intent on discussing this rationally. If I ran away now, it felt like it would be all over. There would be nothing left to save, no one left to trust. But what could I possibly say to him? Are you alright? My body was still visibly shuddering, and I doubted I'd have much of a voice if I tried talking. But I just wanted this all to be a horrible mistake so badly. I knew I had to say something. I knew I had to get through to him. Maybe he was just freaking out in his own way. The whole experience had been taxing for all of us, and Yuya's only human. He must have been terrified. He was not. I don't think he possesses that emotion. And maybe I could help get him through it. Get him to talk about what's bothering him and feel a little better. It's worth a shot at least. Yuya, are you alright? Kirisaki, do you know where Urabe and Okawa are? Huh? Why? No answer. He just started muttering to himself and slowly walked right past me, as if I weren't even there. Yuya, what are you doing? What do you have in your hands? I thought I could put it to good use, in a lot of ways. Stop this! Get rid of that thing! No, I couldn't let this go on. I grabbed him by the arm and just clung to him, putting my full weight on his body to keep him from going any further down the hallway. He was at a crossroads, about to walk down a path of no return. Wasn't going to lose the kind, considerate Yuya I'd fallen for. I don't think the kind, considerate Yuya existed in the first place. Unfortunately, the only tools I had at my disposals for stopping him were my feelings, and those just weren't going to be enough. Wow. I was so startled that it took me a moment before I even figured out what happened.
It's the same in here, you know? This is the first time in my entire life that I'd ever been punched in the head, and he put everything he had into it. Getting killed by this school? I couldn't focus, my brain was still rattling inside my skull from the impact. Or getting killed by me. The world was spinning. Looked up at him with a spasmodic, twitchy, teary-eyed eyes. There was no sign of remorse or compassion whatsoever. He looked like a feudal warrior, clutching his sword and staring down at his enemy. The area all around my eye was throbbing, hurt so badly, and felt so swollen and sore, couldn't even imagine what it must have looked like. He wasn't done with me. He got closer and closer, grinning unnaturally as he raised his fist for a second strike. Let's test this out, shall we? You can be the first. I was running on pure instinct and adrenaline at this point. I shot to my feet and just forced them to carry me to safety somewhere, anywhere. He was going to kill me. He was really going to kill me. God! I felt something rattle around uncomfortably in my mouth. I spit it into my hand. It was white. Tooth! That's why she was missing a tooth in the first game when we saw her! A single white tooth with blood red highlights at its root. The maniac had actually knocked out one of my teeth. God, my tooth! He was there just behind me. I panicked, tripping over my own feet and stumbling to the ground on the landing between the first and second floor. I fell on my backside, dropping my tooth on the ground next to me. I began slinking away from the encroaching figure of Yuya Kizami. Save me! Somebody! Anybody! God, please! No! No! I was scooting backwards across the floor, too stiff, sore, and scared to stand. Then, my hand brushed across something small and metallic. A key. The infirmary key that Shimada lost! Aim with my hand right over it. I was shaking so badly that I could barely work my fingers to get a grip. It was the most frustrating feeling in the world, and for a few seconds, it felt like hours. I just kept trying in vain to pick up that damn key. Oh, whoopsie. Finally, I slipped my finger through the ring. I had it. This was my one and only chance. Scrambling to my feet, I somehow slipped past Yuya and ran back up to the second floor as fast as I could force my shaky legs to carry me. I had the key. I could lock myself in. I could hide in the infirmary. Kizami didn't pursue. Not right away. He just stood there, staring at the tooth that I dropped on the ground. Staring intently, as if trying to make out what he was seeing. Her tooth? Huh. Oh! He ate her tooth. That's fucked up! There didn't seem to be any way to lock the door from the inside. He needed to find a hiding place before Yuya showed up. Corner of the room, under the bed, maybe? I was scanning every inch of the room as quickly as possible, sizing up my surroundings. My eye stopped on one of the medicine shelves. Scissors! There are scissors in there! It felt like such a revelation, like the answer I was looking for. What was I going to do with scissors? Was I going to fight? Fight who? Yuya? I wouldn't stand a chance. I decided to leave them there. I stepped back and crouched down behind the partition screen that was set up in the middle of the room. Wow. Sadly, I'm all out of time for this episode, so we're gonna have to finish this one up next time. Boy, I'm guessing we're gonna see exactly what happened with Yuya and everything. So, thank you everybody so much for watching. I appreciate you being here with me.
Yeah, next time we're gonna hopefully figure out what's going on and, like, see things from Yuya's perspective on this one, but oh my god. A tooth! Aptly named! I feel so bad for her. Ugh, but then again, like, you knew the second she said, "Oh, I have a crush on Yuya," you were like, "Oh, that's bad. That's not gonna end well." Either way, thanks again, everybody. And, as always, if you enjoyed this as much as I did, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe it if you're not already, ring that bell for all them notifications and until next time, have yourselves a beautiful day, my beautiful, beautiful viewers. Hey there! If you enjoyed this video, why don't you consider subscribing to my Patreon so I can keep making awesome videos like the one you just saw. The link will be in the description below, and as always, have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful day.